guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a tag video. So today we are going to be doing the You Can't Answer, what is it? You can't answer with book tags. I was tagged in this like 3 weeks ago by Lauren from Lighting Lavender, or if you follow her on Twitter, she is Lolalong over there. I have been meaning to do this tag for, well, 3 weeks now. Life got in the way. You may have noticed that I took a little bit of a hiatus. We had some personal things going on, but I am trying to get back on track with my videos. I have a whole bunch of them that I have pre-filmed and I need to get out to you, preferably this week. I would like to do a reading vlog at some point, and I've got all of my end of the year videos that I need to start working on, so hopefully expect some content to be popping out over the next several weeks. But as for my first video to return with, well, maybe second, it depends on if my Fairy Loot unboxing goes up before or after this, but one of my first videos to return with is going to be the Anything But Books tag, in which you answer the questions with anything but books. Which is weird because that's not really what BookTube is about. But the first question is, what is something that you own way too many of? I don't know. Obviously, my answer would normally be books. I'm not really like a clothes hoarder. I'm not really like I mean, compared to some other people that I know, definitely not. Not really like a shoe hoarder compared to other people that I know. I guess we've got a lot of, this is gonna be the most random question. We've got a lot of like tote bags. I guess that's a potential answer. I kind of have like an absurd amount of tote bags, and I don't ever get rid of them because that is one thing that I do tend to hoard. If somebody's gonna give me a free tote bag, I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna keep it forever in case it comes in handy in the future. Another thing, I guess, is, does hobbies count? Because, like, I have a serial hobbyist issue in which I start a hobby and then I go really, really hard on it for, like, a few weeks, and then I put it away somewhere and forget that it exists, which means that I have a lot of yarn from, like, yarn hobbies that I have taken up and set aside. I tend to revisit those more in, like, the wintertime, though, so sometimes I bring them back out. I've attempted diamond painting, I have attempted paint by stickers, I have attempted paint by numbers, I have a Cricut and I do all of like the vinyl cutting out stuff. So yeah, like hobby things, I have a lot of those that I don't need also. Question number 2 is, what is something that you do for fun that isn't reading? TV. I watch a lot of TV. There are many shows that I have started and abandoned, but there is a very high chance that if it's a show that has been on TV at some point, I have at least tried like 1 or 2 episodes of it. Movies, I like watching movies. Video games, I am not as hardcore of a gamer as like John is, but I do enjoy playing video games every once in a while when the mood strikes. Yeah, those are... I like things that include stories, so if it's not going to be books, it's going to be one of those other things. The hobbies that I previously mentioned, they generally do tend to be things to like keep my mind busy or my hands busy while I'm doing something else. So like generally if I am doing one of those like knitting or crocheting or paint by numbers, it's so that I can listen to an audiobook or watch a TV show or something at the same time and just keep my hands busy instead of like just aimlessly scrolling on my cell phone. So I don't think that I would necessarily say that, although I do have fun doing it. But yeah, anything that includes a story or a storytelling of some kind. So those are my main forms of entertainment. Question number 3 is, what is something special or important on your nightstand? We have nightstands, like one on each side, but they're very small, and mostly they're used to hold whatever book I'm reading at that time, and my cell phone charger and my smartwatch charger. So I don't think that there's anything super important to me that's on there, but I have like a jewelry box that sits off on a dresser that's near the bed, and that holds a lot of like my like favorite pieces of jewelry. I'm not a big jewelry wearer. I tend to just stick to the same things that I wear every single day, but like any items that I do have that I consider to be important or sentimental, they generally go in my jewelry box, as most houses do. So yeah, I don't really have anything super important or sentimental that stays on my nightstand at all times. I am really bad decorating things, so we don't really have much in the way of like sentimental pictures in our bedroom because I'm too lazy to print them out and hang them up, in all honesty. We have them in other places. We finally got around to doing that. So yeah, I guess that's probably my pretty lame answer. Although I do think that Lauren said something about her glasses, and I need mine to see, and when I'm not wearing them and I am laying in bed, they are actually on my nightstand. So I guess my glasses are important. I mean, in terms of things like that. My cell phone sits there, not all the time, but when I'm in bed, that's where my cell phone goes. And my books, oh, I can't talk about those, so forget I said that. Question number 4 is, what is something that you buy at a bookstore other than books? Bookmarks? Does that count? We're gonna go with it. I don't know. I don't buy non-bookish things at bookstores. Generally when I'm going into one, I have one purpose, and it is to buy a book, or more than one book. Our half-price books does have other stuff there. There's like video games and like box sets of DVDs and things like that. I don't think that I've ever actually purchased any of those, but when I have bought things that were not books at bookstores, it's generally a bookmark. I am kind of verging on having too many, as you can see from my mug that holds my bookmarks over there. But yeah, bookmarks, if it's Barnes & Noble's, Starbucks, I'll go and get coffee. I buy that at bookstores if they give me the opportunity to. So yeah, no, I generally go into bookstores for just the books. Even if it's like the fancy, like, that's where we got our Sherlock Holmes and our like Celtic mythology books and things like that are like fancier up in that corner. If you've watched my bookshelf tour, you'll have seen them. All of that stuff. I get it at bookstores. Question number 5 is, what is a fun gift you've received that wasn't a book or a gift card for books? Most people these days are honestly just trying to support my reading habit, so I won't include my Book of the Month subscription in this because that obviously was for specifically receiving books. Maybe my Fairy Loot subscription that John got me, because technically, while there are books in the boxes, there are other things in the boxes. That feels kind of cheaty though. I'm a huge tech nerd. I love like all things techie, so last year John got me my tablet for Christmas, and I love that. That is a fun thing that I received, I guess. He also got me I don't have one up here to show you. It's like a triangle, kind of a pillow thing to rest hardcovers or tablets or phones on or whatever, so that you're not like constantly holding it up to prop it up, and that is pretty cool. That's a bookish related item that I have gotten that is not a book. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Cool things that people get me generally revolve around me reading, because that is such a huge part of my identity as a person, honestly. So yeah, I don't know. That's probably what I'm gonna have to go with, because now that I'm an adult, it's either that or it's like things that I need, like clothes or shoes or like household stuff. Yeah, so those are probably the most fun things that I've received in recent memory that I can think of. Question 6 is, what is a YouTube channel that you watch that isn't book related? Most of my subscriptions and things on YouTube revolve around books, honestly. But I guess I would have to say I have a couple of favorite channels that aren't. 2 you are most likely going to have heard of because everybody is subscribed to both of them. But the Try Guys and Bailey Sarian, I am obsessed with both of those channels. I watch every video that they put out for the most part. John has got me hooked on First We Feast, Sean Evans, Hot Ones, like interviews. Those are really entertaining to watch, although on those channels, like that's literally, I only watch the Hot Ones videos. I don't watch anything else that they put out. And there is another channel, I think it's called Your Internet Mom Ash, and she does like live reactions to watching stuff. And just like films herself watching things, and she watched the entirety of the MCU and filmed it, and that was really entertaining. She watched Squid Game and did like reviews while she was watching that, and that was really entertaining. It's just she is so funny to watch, and she's like honestly super relatable. I'm just really entertained whenever I watch any of her videos. So if you haven't checked out Your Internet Mom Ash, she's a decently big channel, so I assume that you've heard of her, but it's really, really entertaining. I think that there's another one, Dylan Is in Trouble. His channel is huge though. He does kind of the same thing where he just watches stuff and reacts to it. And who else? Oh, they are 2 booktubers technically, but they do not talk about books on this channel, and it is Press X to Revolution, and that is Michael Nip and Alan from the Library of Alexandria, and they have an entire video game dedicated podcast. I don't watch every single thing that they put out, but I do watch most of their videos just because those two together are highly entertaining. I'm sure you've heard of both of their channels as well. But yeah, those are most of my non-book related channels that I pay attention to. But if I'm watching anything on YouTube, it's generally going to be like my favorite booktubers, just because that's the content that I am mostly interested in. Question number 7 is to tag 5 booktubers. This is gonna be difficult for me because 2 of the people that I would have tagged is one of them who tagged me. So I would have tagged Lauren, and Z from You Can't Catch Z. Lauren tagged her too, so I can't tag her. So I'm just going to tag the first 5 people that I can think of off the top of my head. If you have not checked out any of their channels, definitely go and do so because they are all awesome and they are all lovely human beings and their channels are all super entertaining. So I'm going to tag Jessi over at The Bookish Mom. I'm going to tag Rye from Rye's Reading Corner. I'm going to tag Chelsea from Chelsea Zhao. I'm going to tag Steph from Coffee Over Apples. And I am going to tag Tammie from Tammie Tries to Read. That is 5, and if you want to do this and I did not tag you, but you just like the sound of the tag anyway, then go ahead and do so. And if any of you guys have already done this tag, I apologize. But that is it for the Anything But Books tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As per usual, anything that I talked about that I think needs to be linked will be down in the description box down below, as well as links to my Instagram, my Goodreads, and my Twitter, in case you guys wanted to follow me on any of those, as well as a couple of affiliate links. Other than that, don't forget to like it if you liked it and subscribe if you want to, and that is it for me today, so I am going to talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!